So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Playwright, JavaScript's Playwright, along with how to output your location using the console, as well as use a timer function. So Playwright has an inbuilt timer, but we're not going to use that. We're going to be using something else. We're using a promise and a set timeout to make our timer. Okay, let's get started. So the very first thing you need is to install Playwright. So this is the terminal. I'm in my JavaScript directory here. And what you can do is you can copy that, npm install Playwright, and that will install the library for Playwright, which you need. And I already have it installed, so I'm not going to install it. But you also need npx Playwright install. So you install those two packages in the do it from the terminal. And once they're installed, the npx Playwright, this one here, this allows you to gives you the option of which browser you want to use. So this is the library, and this gives you the plugins for the browsers. So what's the first thing that you need to do? Well, the first thing you need to do is to import the library. So we're going to require Playwright. That's what the first package does. And then the second package, you can install the browser that you want to use. So I'm using Chromium, but if you go here and you press control space, it gives you the options of what browsers you can use. There's Firefox, there's WebKit, there's devices, but I'm going to use Chromium because Chromium is by far the most popular one to use. And the first thing we need to do, we're going to have an instantaneous async function. So to build that, what we're going to do is we're going to make a regular anonymous function. So this is going to be an arrow function I'm going to make. So an arrow function, as you may know, looks like this. So that's your arrow function. Oops, that's supposed to be an arrow right there. And let me close this terminal here so it's sort of in the way. There we go. So that's your regular function, and this is supposed to be asynchronous. So we are to async here. So this is now it's asynchronous, an asynchronous anonymous function, and now we're gonna make it instantaneous. To make it instantaneous, you cover it, you wrap it in brackets, and you put another two brackets out here like that. And now you have it like this. Everything inside here is what you're gonna do. Your code's gonna go inside here. So let's set up the browser first. So here we're gonna copy this const browser, and then you gotta use await. You gotta use await a lot. Like every single line has to use await. So await Chromium, because Chromium comes from this package here. Await Chromium launch, and inside here you're gonna have an object, and I'm putting headless false. And the reason why is because I want the browser to pop up, right? And you also want to close the browser. Um, yeah, so down here we're gonna say await browser close. So that's gonna open the browser and then close the browser. But you want to open a page. So down here I am going to paste this here. So once the browser is open, you want to open up a page, and now we have this page here, and we should see it uh, opening and closing. Let me just save this here, and let's run it. So let me get my terminal open. So my terminal is open down over here, and I guess my project is open up. It's called Automate. So that is going to be here. So I'll run the code. It opens and closes the browser. But what we want to do is we want to put a pause as to like a timer, so it won't close right away. So something like 5 seconds. So we're gonna open up a new promise. Okay, let me zoom out a bit so you guys can see better. Go down here, zoom out a bit. There we go. I hope you still can see the page. And the timer, we're gonna use a promise here. So again, we're gonna use await. That's a common theme you'll be seeing. New promise, resolve, and inside here, I'm gonna do set timeout. I'm gonna put a function, and the function is a set timeout function. And inside the set time function is an async function here. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna basically after 10 seconds. This is 10 seconds right here. Again, this code will be in the description, so you can actually look at the description. And so after 5 seconds, it's gonna hit resolve. And once it hits resolve, then it's gonna move on to the next line of code, which is to close the browser. Let's save that and let's run it again. And it's gonna wait a couple seconds and it should close. Okay, so that's how you can use a timer by using a new promise. Now let's do a little bit of browsing. Okay, so inside here, I'm gonna paste this one is await page go to, and inside here, inside the go to, we're gonna put our URL link, and let's use Google. Okay, so let's go to our Google website. I'm just gonna copy the browser, the address. You guys can't see it, but I'm gonna copy the address here. And I'm gonna copy the address here, and it's gonna go straight to this Google site. And so I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna run Node again. And let's do that. It's gonna open it up. Now it's on the Google site. Wait 5 seconds, and then it's gonna close. There we go, it closes. So that's how to go to a page, go to a website. Now I'm going to show you how to navigate to a specific item on the page. So you're going to be using a locator for that. So here I already have something pre-made, but inside here you want to put so this can accept either CSS or ID or basically a lot of things. But I like to use XPath because XPath is fantastic in terms of isolating the elements. And XPath always starts with that, two forward slashes, and then you can either put everything, or you can put the tag. But I'd rather put the tag. So let me just show you. So let's go to the Google website here, and let me go to inspect, and let me just make this a little bit bigger. Here we go. So let's say we want to target, let's say over here, this Francis here. I'm going to right click here and go to inspect. And I can tell right here. So this here is considered an element. The whole thing's an element. And in front of here, you see this A here, the curve, the bracket here in A, that's a tag. And here, href, these are all considered attributes here. And inside here is the inner HTML. So what we want to do is we can target. I want to look for a tag, an anchor tag that has this text inside the anchor tag, Francis. So let me just copy that. Let's go back here. So again, over here we're gonna put an A because that's an anchor tag, and then we do a square brackets. And inside the square bracket, we're gonna be targeting in between the inner HTML, or basically the word itself. And there's a couple ways of doing that. One way of doing that is to do text double bracket equals and then double quotes, because we can't have the same quotes out here and there. So double quotes, and we use the word Francis, and that's going to be the locator. It's going to target that specific. So in short, it's going to target that specific element. It's basically going to get this here. But then how do you know? Where is it outputted? So that's the thing. So the way we output it, and let me just go here, and so what we're going to do is we're going to give this a variable. So it's going to call let x, and so now this whole thing is assigned to x, and we are going to use a console log to see what that element is. Now, if it's a single element, and I'm only targeting a single element, but there's a chance there might be multiple elements. If there's multiple elements, we're going to have to use a loop. But since I know this is a single element, I'm just going to paste here console log. Again, you have to use the await and put X there, right? So it's going to console log this, and let's see it run. First, we don't need this timer. This timer here is just in case we needed to time something between this, but so we don't need time. So I'm going to take it out. I'm going to comment it out here, and I'm going to make my terminal a little bit bigger, and I am going. I'm going to run. Oops, let me run that, but let me save it first. There we go. So it should open and close right away, but it's going to console log uh, the result, await X. So let's run this. It's going to open, it's going to close, and I see here in terminal, it's this anchor tag. And to get this whole thing, we have to use outer HTML. If you use inner HTML, it's only going to return Français for inner HTML. When you use outer HTML, it gives you the whole element itself. So that's good. But that's only if it's able to target one thing. What if you have a list of targets? So that's a little bit more trickier. So if you have a list of targets, you're going to have to use a for loop. So what I'm going to do down here, let me just close this terminal or just make it small. I'm going to do for and so let, and typically we like to use I because I is a pretty generic for loops. So variable I of, and then here we're going to have to use await x dot all. There we go. And what all does, so it just targets this, and what all does, it turns it into an array. And then here we're going to use a bracket, and we're going to end the bracket down here. And then now it should give you this. It should give you the same result. Oops, well, this x has to be an I here. Oops, not an I. Why an I? And it should give you the same result. It should give you the same result as previously, but if by chance, let me just clear this. If by chance it's an array, that gives you an array here. If this is like more than one result, this all turns into an array and it will show. So it shows it for single items and it shows it for multiple items. So I would just keep this code handy all the time. So if I run this, it's going to open, it's going to close, and here you can see that it again, whether it's single or multiple, it will output the result here. So this tells me that yes, this XPath is targeting this Francis. Now, using this text, this notation here, it only works if it's exactly the same. If it's the exact same, like this, it can't be capitalized, and it has to be exactly the same as the inner HTML. Another way of targeting it, let me just block that out, and let me just copy it. Control C. Another way of targeting, and this might be a little bit better. You can choose which one you want to use. Again, so it's the same pattern using text, except inside this bracket, you use the word contains, and then bracket there, and then in the first space, we are going to use text dot brackets, and then here in double brackets, we're going to use the word that we're looking for, and I guess the word we're looking for is Francis. So it just looks, so this is more better because I believe it's case insensitive, and also if the word itself is in a sentence inside the inner HTML, it'll also pick it up. So this is a little bit more versatile. And let me just show you this working. Okay, let's save this and let's clear this and let's run it again. Opens and closes, and it also works. So you can either use this code or you can use this code for the inner HTML. Also, if you want to so happen to target an anchor tag, but you want to get, let's say you want to get, let's look for something. Here, this one, this class, this div, right? Let's say you want to get this specific div. See, in here are attributes. Here are attributes. So what you can do is, let me just copy what this is. This is class. Control C. So we can sort of target this div, and I probably target all the classes with this. So we go back here, and inside, let's just use this one here. Oops. And inside this bracket, oops, this bracket, we're gonna try to target the attribute by pasting that, and in front here use the @ symbol. So whatever the attribute, use the @ symbol, and let's save that, and let's see if this works. Oh wait, forgot this tag is not there, because if you look here, this is a div tag for the element, and this is the class here. So we need to change this anchor tag into a div tag, save it, and then we can run our code again. It opens it, closes it, and you can see here from all this, right from the beginning, div class, and it just targets it from the class, and it just outputs everything that's inside that element. Okay, that's mostly everything I want to show you. There's a few other things about XPath that you probably should learn. Um, okay, let's use this. Let's not use this one here. Let's use yeah, let's use this one. This is targeting this one. So this one here targets a single element. But what if you want to move between, like, let's say you target this Francis here. So you want to target this Francis here, but this anchor tag is inside this div tag. So you want to target this, but you want to move out this here. And the way you move is by using, from here at the end of this, you use slash parent. So always do slash, and then what you want to do is parent, and then dot dot, and you can use star for everything, or you can use the tag specifically. So here, this is the anchor tag, and over here outside the anchor tag is a div tag. So I can use star, that will target everything, and that's most likely you do, or you can use div. I'm gonna use star. It gives me what the parent is. Save that, and then we can run our JavaScript again. It opens, closes, and you can see from this, oh, you can't really see, but let me just run this again. Sort of missed out on this opens and closes, and gives you, so now here, if you look here, is actually got this div tag right here, and you look on here, it's this div tag right here that it's sort of isolated for. So that's how to move in and out. If you want to go to a children, if you want to go inside, what you can do, and let me show you how to do this. So if you want to go inside, so right now it's focused on the parent, but if you want to go inside, all you have to do is type in slash and then the anchor of where you want to go. And then sometimes uh, a value. So here, you want to go inside here, and you know there's an anchor tag inside. So you would type in just A, because you want to go inside towards that anchor tag. And sometimes if there's more than one, there, then you have to specify as to which one you want to go to. But since it's just one, we can just use the anchor tag here. So let's save that and let's run it. Oops, that's this. It opens and closes, and again, you're back to that anchor tag here. And I believe if you put a bracket there and a number, it gives you, if there's multiple anchor tags there, it will give you the first anchor tag it sees. So that's what this one does. If I do that and I run it again, it should give me the same result. See, again here, the same result. You're again going towards the same result. Okay, so let's clear this. And let's say you want to do a sibling. So let's go back to parents. So let's take this off here. And let's say you want to target. So this is the div tag here, but you want to target the next div tag. Or it's basically its brother or sister. So right now I don't see any here. Well, I don't see any here. Here I don't see anything. This div and then this there's a style right here. Actually, we can target this. We can go this. So we're here, and then we can go. We want to get this guy here. So what we can do is we can type in follow sibling, following, I believe it's following sibling. Okay, let me just go here, move from following dash sibling. Again, you have to use a dot dot, and then you have to give it I believe it's just to star, and it has to be a bracket. You have to give a number here, right? This will be a tag. That's what you're looking for. If you're looking for a spam, I think we're looking at spam because if you look here, this is what we targeted right, right here, and this is right beside it. So this is a sibling. Consider that anything that's beside is a sibling. So the only sibling here is style. So if I type in style or I type in star and then one, that should target it as well. Okay, it doesn't look like it's working is because I have to go here and I have to look for the like all this these like this inside this div tag. There's this all these guys are siblings, so I have to go here first, and then these are all siblings here. So I would or that's how you can choose. But it's not working right now. I'm not quite sure, but I don't want to go far. I'm just gonna show you how it's done. So you over here you put slash following sibling, then dot dot star, and then bracket bracket is which sibling is it that you wanna like get which element sibling that you wanna target. The first one, second one, third one, and so on and so forth. So that's about it for this course. Actually, there's a few more things I want to show you. Something really simple. So we target this one here, and let's say it's an input, or let's say it's a button. If it's a button and you want to click on the button, all you have to do here is type in click, click right there, and it clicks on the button. If it's like a text input, you type in fill, and then you can type in your password or whatnot. If it's like some sort of input where you have to enter something in, and it will fill it in. Now, if you want to have it type if you want to have it like type slowly, you can do type sequentially. Sorry, it's called press sequentially. You go here and go that press sequentially, and then you would press that, and then you put comma here, and then you put an object. The object has to be it's called delay, and then you give it a time. And again, 1,000 is 1 second, or 100 is a fraction of a second, or just 1,000 be 1 second. So it's gonna type this FSDF every second, and that sort of like fools the whoever's looking at the website that you're actually like a human that's pressing these buttons. So that's all I want to show you. There's more to Playwright, but I'm not going to go through all that. The thing I wanted to go through is how to do this pause, this delay pause if you need it, and how to output your results, your for the locator in this console log because I was trying to figure this out for the longest time. Okay, so if you like this video, give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.